Welcome to another edition of Coffee and Financial Conversations. I, at the request of a family that spent weeks online trying to find the right financial product for their families, and the confusion that they encounter, I want to touch on one of the biggest red flags we see on social media, the magic IUL, the product the IRS doesn't want you to know about. Now let's take a minute and let's think about that for a second. If the IRS truly didn't want you to know, why is it written directly in the tax code? There is nothing secret about life insurance. There is nothing hidden about it. There is certainly nothing illegal about it. In fact, the tax advantages of properly structured life insurance have been sitting in federal laws for decades. If you look at IRS Code 7702, it defines what qualifies as a life insurance contract. IRS Code 101A governs the income tax-free death benefits. 72E addresses how policy distribution are taxed, and 7702A establishes the modified endowment contract, also known as MEC rules. To be clear, these aren't loopholes. These aren't secret. These are laws. So the question is, where does the hype comes from? It comes from showing people a product before they understand the problem the product is supposed to solve. That's where the magic IUL narrative was born. The magic IUL doesn't exist. There is no secret account. There is no financial unicorn hiding behind a Facebook ad. No miracle policy your advisor have been hiding from you. An index universal life policy is a tool, a powerful one, a flexible one, and sometimes a transformative one, but only when it's used correctly inside a real plan. A hammer doesn't build a house. A blueprint does. The hammer is just one of the tools used to execute the design. Financial planning, to my knowledge, works the same way. At Lifeline Legacy, we don't start with product. We start with structure. We start by asking the question most advisors skip. What happens if your income stops tomorrow? What happens if a health event derails everything you have built? What happens when your taxes become your single largest retirement expense? What happens to your family when they need access to money and you are gone? Only after we understand the problem do we determine whether an IUL belongs in the solution. Because when it does, a properly structured, properly funded IUL can play a real role into the key component we are looking to build the structure around. Income continuity, living benefit protection, tax diversification, supplemental retirement income, business continuity planning, legacy transfer, etc. But it is never the strategy. It is one tool inside the strategy. Here at Lifeline Legacy, the continuity bridge is the strategy. It's our framework. The goal isn't to own an IUL. The goal is to build a financial structure that can survive disruption, create certainty, and transfer stability to the next generation. So, before you buy into the hype, before you chase the next financial miracle, before you believe anyone who claimed they found a secret the IRS doesn't want you to know, they found a secret Wall Street doesn't want you to know, ask one better question. How does this actually solve the risk my family faces? If you want a second opinion, or if you have been haunted by the ghost of the magic IUL, here is what I want you to do. Click the link below and schedule a private continuity review. In that conversation, we will evaluate your income protection strategy, your retirement income structure, your tax exposure, your legacy plan, and most importantly, we will check to see whether your existing policies are actually designed to do what you think they are. Is there a coordinated strategy? We are committed to give you clarity, give you guidance, but most importantly, giving you that clarity, because hope is not load bearing, structure is. So click below, book a conversation, meet me on the other side, and let's get to work. Thank you so much for taking the time and hanging out with me for this edition of Coffee and Financial Conversation. I will see you on our next edition.